Well, we're here for week 2 with head coach Chris Howell, the Star Valley Braves. Coach Howell, you come off of a loss last week, a tough start. You guys rally in the second half. You make it respectable. This week, you go back to Wyoming play. You got Riverton coming off a big win. Probably thinking of last year's quarterfinal loss here on this field as well. Your thoughts on the Wolverines?
The Wolverines are good. You know, they had close to 500 yards of offense last week and held their opponent to 6 points. And so they're a good football team. They're going to be as big as Preston was last week up front. So we'll have our work cut out for us. We're going to have to play a lot cleaner than we did last week in order to be more successful.
Coach, a lot of those kids played in last year's game. Fullerton, the quarterback, White, the running back. Your thoughts on, I think it's kind of an advantage they get to come back in here, but your thoughts on how to slow those guys down?
Well, you know, we have to be able to recognize from a defensive standpoint, you know, some of their tendencies based off of formation and then make our adjustments and be able to rally to the ball a little bit. But really, you know, last week they had 6 or 7 real big plays, and so we've got to limit that. We can't allow them to break anything into the open. We've got to tackle well. We've got to be able to create some turnovers. Most of all, we just got to be able to be more sound in our, in our schemes and be able to execute a lot better than we did a week ago.
Coach, that's the big buzzword this week, and we started talking about it even last Friday night, was turnovers. We kind of shot ourselves in both feet last week, resulting in a bunch of opponent points. What have you done this week to try and drill that into the kids that we can't keep doing that?
You know, that's a point of emphasis every week here. You know, our offensive staff spends a lot of time talking about ball security. We have things we do if kids fumble, turn it over in practice, and defensively, you know, on the other side of it, we try and create as many turnovers as possible as well. And so that's something that we always work hard on. So again, we just have to be better at what we didn't do last week, and we got to make sure we protect the ball and try and take it away from them.
Coach, some positives, obviously just looking at numbers on a stat sheet, which can only give you so much, but the Braves moved the ball pretty well last week, over 350 yards of offense. The Wolverines, that was a one-sided scoreboard, but Green River did move the ball, had over 200 through the air. How does this affect your game plan, or does it not?
Well, obviously we look at different schemes every week, and we look for things that we can take advantage of, and you know, I think our kids have some confidence up front that we can play against big guys. We're gonna have to play against bigger guys all year. That's kind of the deal. So I think we'll be fine as far as that goes. It comes down to simple execution. We got to make sure that we execute better than we did a week ago.